Hey guys, Al DeMarco here. This is going to be your Wednesday video report. I've got another free play. In fact, it's a baseball underdog coming your way in just a moment. I've won 8 of my last 10 baseball and football complimentary plays here over the past 5 days. That's up in just a second. Plus, an incredible 7-day trial offer for you. 7 days of one of the services here at the site for $1 little. And it's the ideal time to do this. I haven't done this in probably 4 or 5 months. But what a time to do it, especially with all the preseason football action coming up here in the next few days. This, of course, being week number 3. Even though I've won a fortune already this preseason, and I've told you it was an easy preseason to make money in the first couple of weeks because it's the only time you truly had a monstrous advantage over the odds makers. Week number 3, you have more consistency. You have coaches game planning. You've got starters going to play at least a half to 3 quarters. This is the game that counts. This is the week that counts in terms of preseason. So this offer that I'm going to get to in just a moment is really beneficial for you to take advantage of now for the next 7 days. But first, I want to talk for a second about NASCAR. Now, I talk about a lot of things here. The Real World, American Idol, Kim Kardashian, and I swear to God, I'll never mention Kim Kardashian, and I'll never do a report here, ever. Lindsay Lohan, however, is fair game, okay? I'm just being honest with you. But, as a kid, yeah, I watched auto racing on TV, but hey, I also watched the roller derby too. So, I put it right there. It wasn't exactly the NBC baseball game of the week to me. It was just entertainment. As I got older and I became a sports reporter, etc., you could not pay me enough to write about an auto racing event. I mean, I was offered opportunities to cover when I was working in Pennsylvania, Dover Downs, the races in Poconos. When I lived in Atlanta, I had the opportunity to cover the races at the Atlanta Speedway. You could not pay me enough to cover one of those things. You could not pay me to go to one of those races. I'm sorry. Watching cars going around a track and this little... that just doesn't do it for me, guys. It doesn't do it for me at all. Never did, never will. But... in researching tonight's games, of course, I'm an avid reader and an avid sports fan, more than just a gambler, more than just a handicapper. I come across the story, and you probably may have seen this one, about Kyle Busch, who only happens to be NASCAR points leader. He lost his license for 45 days, his driver's license for 45 days, after driving 128 miles an hour in a 45-mile-per-hour speed zone, in an area that was near a subdivision that was reportedly close to a daycare center, reportedly close to a church, and he was driving a $400,000 car that had been loaned to him for the day, and he had his wife in the car with him as well. Now, he doesn't need his license to compete in NASCAR. He was fined $1,000, okay? He was sentenced to, 30 hours of community service and put on 1 year of unsupervised probation because he pled guilty to speeding and no contest to reckless and careless driving. This all happened in North Carolina, okay? I don't get it. I don't get it. I didn't see NASCAR announcing any fines, any penalties against Kyle Busch. What type of moron is driving 128 miles an hour in a 45-mile-per-hour speed zone, possibly endangering other people's lives? Now, this is the same NASCAR organization that recently fined one of its crew chiefs, Jerry Baxter, $5,000 for pulling Steve Wallace's hair after a race in Montreal. Fined $5,000 for pulling somebody's hair, okay? Now, another guy who was in their, what do they call it, the truck series, one of their recent drivers was suspended recently for violating the substance abuse policy. Okay, so let's see. You get fined for hair pulling. You get suspended for violating the substance abuse policy. But in your everyday life, when you're caught speeding, when you should know better because you're a race car driver, right? And you're fined you're caught doing 128 miles per hour. What happens? You get a slap on the wrist. You get a little community service. If Roger Goodell was in charge of NASCAR, Busch would be gone for the rest of the season. That's how simple it is. I don't know. You tell me. I'm not a NASCAR fan, not an auto racing fan, but some things just make absolutely no sense, by the way. One of the other things I thought that made absolutely no sense was that Busch's attorney actually said, and I'm going to quote this, okay? I'm going to read this story to you, and I'm going to quote this. He had full control of that vehicle at all times. That automobile in his hands was like a scalpel in the hands of a surgeon, not a knife in the hands of a 5-year-old. Okay, makes perfect sense to me. I mean, yeah, okay, since he's a race car driver, he was definitely qualified to be driving 128 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour speed zone. Go figure. Thank God nobody was hurt. Anyway, morons out there everywhere. Okay, guys, here's the deal. Insider Money Moves is a service that we have here at the site, okay? Normally, a 7-day purchase price for this service is $149. Today, you can get 7 days of it for $1. 7 days for $1. Now, let me quickly explain to you what Insider Money Moves is, okay? Insider Money Moves is basically a service where you are getting the plays of the big-time bettors, the guys that truly can move the numbers in Vegas, and the syndicates. Yes, there are syndicates, quote-unquote betting crews in Vegas. You are getting their plays as they go down in Vegas from our sources in Vegas via the Insider Money Moves. Now, a lot of guys, and let me tell you, I've been in this business for 25 years, okay? A lot of guys will go and talk about they've got the inside moves, they got the late steam moves, they got, all this other stuff. And you know what they're doing? They're sitting in front of a line service, they're watching the numbers change colors, and that's their late steam breaking moves. That's crap. Okay? You want to do that, be my guest. Okay? These are the real moves. From our sources in the Vegas casinos, these are the people and the plays that really make a difference. Now, unlike a handicapper's plays, which are released 12 to 24 hours in advance, many of these games don't come through 10 to 15 minutes before kickoff or a first pitch, okay? And some days there may be one play, there may be 3 plays like there were on Tuesday, they went 2-1. There may be 4 plays like there were on Monday when they went 4-0. There may be, I think, 3 days ago when there were 7 plays and they went 2-5, okay? There's no rhyme or reason because, again, it's not like they're predetermined. You have to report the moves as they're coming through. Now, you can go to click on the Insider Money Moves page here on this particular website. You'll see the link. The records are right there. Since its debut last October, 554 wins, 489 losses. Last year in football, 96 wins, 69 losses. Right now, over the last 3.5 months, 151 wins versus 127 losses. Any way you slice it, it's made you money. Is it for everybody? No, it's not. Because not every single one of you are sitting there waiting an hour or so before kickoffs, or maybe all day long on Saturday, or most of the day on Sunday, waiting for the late-breaking moves to come in and to get your money down. But a lot of you are. But this is a way for you to try. Because for $1, you go to the page, you click on the buy the 7 days thing, it's $1. $1, guys. There's nothing more than that. $1 for 7 days of the service. And listen, you can get the plays delivered in one of 4 ways. You can get them on the website, but I'll be honest with you, that means you got to be sitting here in front of the website and you watch the page refresh. That doesn't do it for me, okay? We put it there, but not the way I would do it, okay? The way I would do it is I would take them by my phone or my smartphone. You can get a home phone or your cell phone. It doesn't matter. You can get them by text, or you can have an automated call. You enter the phone number you want, okay? Whether it's your home number, your cell number, your work number, and an automated call within seconds of the play being released will be placed to you, or you can get a text message. Now, I will warn you, text messages are not instantaneous sometimes, okay? It depends on your carrier. It's up to you. You can sign up for all the methods as well, or you can get an email as well. So you've got 4 different delivery methods. You can use them all. You can pick whichever one you want. I personally, as I said, I like the automated phone call coming through to me because it's as instant can possibly be, other than sitting there and watching the web page go. And again, 7 days of the Insider Money Moves, $1. My gift from me to you. Normally $149, it's $1 today. Now, for your free pick, I'm going to go with the Padres, guys, as a 165 dog against the San Francisco Giants. Padres have won 5 in a row after winning last night's game 7-5. They've scored 32 runs in that 5-game winning streak, batting .285. This is the highest scoring National League team since the All-Star break, and they're a game over 500 since the break as well. Meanwhile, the Giants have lost 17 out of 25 since their acquisition of Carlos Beltran, who probably is going to start today. Was available as a pinch hitter in last night's loss. He's been bothered by hand and wrist injuries, batted just .239 with 2 RBIs in 12 games since being acquired from the Mets in a disaster of a deal. Tim Lincecum has pitched great for the Giants. He's allowed 2 runs or less in his last 8 starts. Has a 1.36 earned run average in his last 11 starts, but he's just 6-4 in that span. And in those losses, they've scored 1 total run. The Giants just aren't scoring any runs. Now, true, he's always pitched well against the Padres, 2.16 earned run average. And Tim Stauffer, the San Diego pitcher, has never really pitched well against the Giants, 5.06 earned run average in 2 starts against them this year, 4.38 ERA on the road, and a 3-5 record in 13 road outings this season. However, he's coming off a very good performance against Florida at home on Thursday, 1 run, 5 hits, and 7 innings pitched. That after getting destroyed at Cincinnati, giving him 9 runs and 5 homers in 3 innings. I like the way he bounced back. I like the way the Padres are playing. I've used them a lot here as a free pick here of late, and I'm going to go with them as a huge dog tonight as your freebie. Good luck, everybody, and I'll catch you again on Thursday.